everyone! Welcome back to Storytime at Baxter County Library. Today we have a special visitor. This little gray tree frog sat on the handle of the children's patio and politely asked to come into the library. Apparently, he likes picture books. Oh, what was that? Oh, I'm sorry. Apparently, this little tree frog is a girl, and her name's Cammy, and she's agreed to let us get a closer look to learn more about her. Looking closely, the first thing you will notice on Cammy's back is a pattern. Does it remind you of something? If you said tree bark, you're right. The pattern on her skin is camouflage. Camouflage is a way of hiding something by covering or coloring it so that it looks like its surroundings. The pattern on Cammy's skin helps her hide from animals that might want to eat her. She also changes her skin color from green to gray or brown. That's right, she can change her skin color. She does this based on the time of day and the surrounding temperature. The skin becomes much lighter at night and becomes darker during the day. There is one part of her that is brightly colored, the underside of her legs. If you look at the undersides of her leg, you can see that it is bright yellow or orange. Scientists believe that the bright coloration serves as a warning for predators not to attack. Cammy is an excellent climber. See her little webbed hands and feet? If you look at her feet, you'll see that the tips of her toes have a little enlarged portion. This portion produces an adhesive fluid that allows her to better grip the trees. This little tip of her toe can produce a fluid that helps her climb. It lets her grip the bark better. Cammy, may I see your feet? I'm going to lift you up, my dear. See the tips of her little toes? There's one more thing that Cammy can do that is really special. She can sing. Thank you for the performance, Cammy. It's time for Cammy to go, everyone. Let's say goodbye. Goodbye, Cammy. Hopefully we'll see you at the library again soon. In the meantime, go enjoy the children's garden. Bye, Cammy. It's wonderful to learn new facts about animals. I had no idea that the gray tree frogs were so amazing. They jump, they climb, they croak, and they can change their skin color. It almost makes me want to be a frog.
I want to be a frog.
Do you hear someone talking?
I'm talking.
Hello? Is someone there?
Hello.
Who's there?
It's me.
Me who?
Mopsy.
Mopsy? Where are you?
I'm hiding.
Hiding? Why are you hiding?
I'm upset.
Upset?
Yes, I'm very, very upset.
Oh, hi, Mopsy.
Hi, Miss Tori.
I'm sorry you're upset. Will you tell me why? It might make you feel better.
I don't want to be a rabbit anymore.
Why don't you want to be a rabbit anymore?
Because frogs can do so many amazing things, but rabbits are so ordinary.
Well, frogs are amazing, but rabbits are amazing too.
No, they aren't. Rabbits can't stick to trees or croak or change their skin color. All we can do is jump.
You can do more than that. You have long ears that let you hear 160 degrees around you. You have teeth that never stop growing, and you can purr like a cat, and your jump. Oh, you don't just hop like a frog. You leap so high that you can kick your feet and twist in the air. It's such an amazing jump that humans even have a special name for it. We call it a binky.
Well, none of those things are really interesting. They're just normal rabbit things. I want to be able to do more interesting things like change my skin color or use my nose to eat. Being a rabbit is boring.
You know, Mopsy, I know a story about a frog who was feeling the same way. He wanted to be anything besides a frog. How about we read this story together?
Okay.
It's called I Don't Want to Be a Frog. Let's read.
I Don't Want to Be a Frog, written by Dev Petty and illustrated by Mike Bolt. And on the inside, the little frog starts out and says, "Let me ask you something. If you could be any animal in the world, what would it be? Probably not a frog, right?" Exactly. So see, he's unhappy. Okay, so he's reading a book about cats, and he starts out and he says, "I don't want to be a frog. I want to be a cat." And that's his dad. "You can't be a cat." "Why not?" "Because you're a frog." "I don't like being a frog. It's too wet." "Well, you can't be a cat." "I want to be a rabbit." "You can't be a rabbit." "Why not? Look, I can hop." "Sure, but where are your long ears? And besides, what's wrong with being a frog?" "I don't like being a frog. It's too slimy." "That may be, but you can't be a rabbit." "I want to be a pig." "You can't be a pig." "Why not?" "Most of all because you're a frog, but also because you don't have a curly tail or eat garbage." "I can eat garbage." "Everyone says that until they eat garbage. Sorry, you can't be a pig." "I want to be an owl." "Of course you want to be an owl. Being an owl is the greatest thing ever. Boy, would you love being an owl." "So I can be an owl then?" "No, of course not." "Why not?" "You don't have wings. Number 2, you don't look wise. Number 3, you can't turn your head all the way around. Number 4, you are a frog." "What's wrong with being a frog anyway?" "Too much bug eating." "Look at their sandwich. It's got bugs in it." "I see, but still no being an owl for you." "Why so glum?" says this person who just came up. "I don't want to be a frog." "What do you want to be then?" "Not a frog. I want to be a cat or a rabbit or a pig or an owl. Something cute and warm." "I'm going to let you in on a little secret." "Ha ha ha. I love eating cats. Ha ha. I love eating rabbits and pigs and owls too. And I am pretty hungry. I might just go gobble some up right now." "That's terrible." "It's who I am. But guess the one thing I never eat." "Badgers?" "No, I eat badgers, lots of badgers." See, here's a bag full of badgers. "Frogs?" "Bingo." "Why don't you eat frogs?" "Because they are too wet and slimy and full of bugs." "Oh, so it's good to be a frog?" "Yup." "I guess you can't fight nature." See, he's saying it now finally. "We are what we are." "You are a fierce hunter." "And you are a wet, slimy, bug-eating, very lucky frog. You should just be happy you're not a fly." "What's wrong with being a fly?" And his dad is laughing. And that's the end.
You see, Mopsy? Even frogs sometimes want to be rabbits.
Yeah, he did. But then he decided he wanted to be a frog in the end. the wolf wouldn't eat the frog, but he would eat a rabbit. Being a frog is better than being a rabbit.
Well, it is true that that wolf wouldn't eat a frog, but that doesn't mean a different wolf wouldn't eat a frog. And there are lots of animals that would eat a frog, but would never eat a rabbit.
Like what?
Well, like a hedgehog, or a crow, or a fish. All of these predators would eat a frog, but they would not eat a rabbit.
Ooh.
There are good things and bad things about being any animal. A rabbit, a frog, or a human. But if you only look at the good things about being one kind of animal and the bad things about what you are, well then you'll always want to be a different kind of animal. Every animal has amazing and unique things about them. In fact, Granny Bee will be here in a minute to teach us a song that celebrates some unique animal traits. Oh, there she is. Hello, Granny Bee.
Hello, Miss Tori. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm really good.
Are you ready to teach us a song?
I am. This one is an action song, so I want you to pretend that you're an animal, okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to show you the motions. For instance, it goes like this. The first animal is a crocodile. There was a crocodile. As I sing, make chopping motions with your hands, like his mouth.
This is fun.
Okay? And then we're going to do an orangutan, and we're going to scratch under our arms like orangutan does. A flying eagle and a silvery fish, a rabbit, a beaver, those are his teeth, and a crazy elephant.
And this is the elephant's trunk, isn't
Yes.
it?
Okay. So all of these animals are in the song.
Okay.
You want me to go through it once?
Yes.
Okay. There was a crocodile and a orangutan, a flying eagle and a silvery fish, a rabbit, a beaver, and a crazy elephant. Na 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 na. And that's how it goes.
Oh, this seems like so much fun.
It is fun.
Okay, I think I'm ready to sing with you.
Okay, now, shall we sing it once and then we'll start dropping out the animals and just do the motions?
Sounds like fun. Yes, let's do that.
Okay, first let's go all the way through again.
Okay.
There was a crocodile and a orangutan, a flying eagle and a silvery fish, a rabbit, a beaver, and a crazy elephant. Na 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 na. There was an orangutan, a flying eagle and a silvery fish, a rabbit, a beaver, and a crazy elephant. Na 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 na. There was a flying eagle and a silvery fish, a rabbit, a beaver, and a crazy elephant. Na 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 na. There was a
flying
and a silvery fish, a rabbit, a beaver, and a crazy elephant. Na 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 na. There was a
flying
and a beaver and a crazy elephant. Na 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 na. There was a flying and a crazy elephant. Na 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 na. There was a
flying
and na 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 na. And that's the end.
Oh, that was wonderful, Granny Bee.
So silly. Did you enjoy it? I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yes, I
Okay,
did.
it's time for me to go, Miss Tori.
Bye.
Bye.
You see, Mopsy, every kind of animal is amazing and special, and you are too.
But I'm not special. I'm brown and small, and I can't jump as high as the other rabbits.
Oh, Mopsy, I don't think you're upset because you want to be a frog. I think you're upset because you can't jump as high as the other rabbits.
I'm just smaller than everyone else, so I can't do everything the way they can. I just want to be as big and strong as everyone else.
It's okay to be small, Mopsy, and to have to do things a little bit differently. It makes you unique. And you'd be surprised what someone small can accomplish.
Really?
Yes, I'll prove it to you with our next book, Tiny Feet Between Mountains.
This book is called Tiny Feet Between the Mountains, written and illustrated by Hanna Cha. And this book takes place in Korea. It's far across the ocean. Once upon a time, in a large village between two tall mountains, there was a small child. Her name was So-in, which means tiny person. When others took 2 steps, she needed to take 4. 1 handful for others meant 3 armfuls for So-in. But this never stopped her. The people in So-in's village often competed to see who was the strongest and loudest. They even boasted that they were bigger and more fearless than the spirit tiger, rumored to protect the surrounding mountains and forest. So-in would study the other villagers and complete each task in her own way. "How can someone so tiny keep up?" the villagers would whisper to each other. But still, So-in refused to give up. You see how she went up the ladder to pick the apples? One morning, the villagers woke up to find the sky was filled with thick black smoke and red embers. Thunder boomed and echoed between the mountains, and the sun was nowhere to be seen. The chieftain asked for a volunteer to go into the mountains and see what had made the sun disappear. The crowd was silent. When still no one spoke up, So-in took a deep breath and said, "Sir, I will go." Suddenly the villagers' voices rang out. "You can't even carry my pot. How can you bring back the sun? You will be lost in those woods." So-in was startled by the outbursts, but then she calmly folded up her sleeves and tightened her braid. The brave little girl knew she had to try. She ran home to pack her pink bojagi full of supplies for her journey. There she is, walking through the dark woods with a torch to light the way. And you can see the eyes of the animals. See, there's an animal. There's a bird up there, an owl. So-in knew she was close when she reached the part of the forest where the smoke was the thickest. The hissing sparks were the hottest, and the thunder was the loudest. Suddenly, So-in stopped dead in her tracks. She couldn't believe her eyes. It was the spirit tiger. So-in took a step back. She had only ever heard stories about the great spirit tiger. She noticed that heavy tears dripped from the tiger's eyes, and his fur was covered in crackling flames. Looking up, she dared to ask, "Great Spirit Tiger, what is the matter?" "I am the great protector of the mountains and forest, so I wanted to rule the sky too. I chased the sun with all my might, but when I opened my mouth to roar, I accidentally swallowed it. Now the sun is angry and trying to burn me from the inside," the tiger wheezed. "Let me help you," So-in said. He pulled away. "You are a mere tiny child. What can you do?" The tiger sounded as doubtful as the villagers, but surely he was wrong about her. I can help, she said. So-In took out the bottles from her bojagi. She sprinkled the water on his fur, but there were too many flames to put out. Remembering the river, she guided the tiger there, but when they got close, the flames on his fur dried up the water. So-In tried blanketing the fire with mud instead, but it was no use. Maybe the villagers and the spirit tiger are right. Maybe there is nothing I can do, So-In sighed sadly. I cannot keep up with the flames on the outside. But then So-In got an idea. Ta-da! She'd been so focused on what was happening on the outside that she'd forgotten the real problem was on the inside. Spirit tiger, please hold still. Using her pink bojagi to protect her hands from the flames, So-In climbed up the tiger's tail and onto his back. She crawled through the angry, riled fur, using her tiny hands and feet to tickle the tiger. As she tickled, the spirit tiger began to shake with laughter until smoke filled his nose and achoo! Look at that, there. He sneezed out the sun. Losing her footing, So-In began to fall. But the tiger caught her small body in his large paw, his eyes twinkling like stars. He roared with delight. I can't believe it. You did it. Thank you for your help. Come, let me bring you home. Down in the village, So-In could see the people scrambling and yelling with fear at the sight of the spirit tiger. They suddenly looked very tiny. So-In climbed off the tiger and beckoned the villagers forward. One by one, they came out and listened to So-In's tale. When she was finished, So-In introduced the villagers to the spirit tiger. Celebration and cheering erupted as the spirit tiger kissed So-In on the head. He bestowed a blessing on her and the village before returning to the mountains and forest. From that day forward, the villagers were kinder towards So-In, and she was known as the greatest of them all. And that is the end.
So you see, being big or small doesn't make you brave or strong. You are amazing and special just the way you are.
Oh, thank you, Miss Tori. I think I'm ready to go play with the other rabbits now.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Now it's time for us to make our craft. Today we'll be making some animal puppets. For today's craft, we will be making an animal puppet. There are several kinds of animals that you can make if you pick up a craft kit from the Baxter County Library. You can make a monkey, a tiger, or an elephant. I've chosen to make the monkey this afternoon. There are also two different versions of this craft. There is a felt version and a paper version. I'll be showing you how to make the paper version. Everything you need to make this puppet will be included in the craft kit except for glue. The craft kit comes with the puppets already put together, either with staples on the side or lacing. If you're using supplies from home, you'll have to make two separate papers and either lace them together, glue them, or staple them together, so that when you stick your hand in the puppet, you'll have two sides. Now we are going to put the face on the puppet. We'll start with the color skin around the mouth. We're going to put some glue on it. And then stick it on your monkey. and then wait for about 10 seconds for it to dry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's glue on the mouth. And I'm going to put a little glue on the face because I think that will be easier than trying to put it on this mouth right here. Now you simply set it on there. And you'll probably end up with some extra glue that you'll want to wipe off. But it's okay if it's still there because it'll dry invisible. Now we count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to add the eyes. 1 here and 1 here. They're little googly eyes. Now the ears. And this is the little pink part inside the ears. That's what these 2 pink half circles are. 1 there. And 1 there. And now the nose. And we're going to press these down. See how the ends are sticking up? We want those all the way down. And your hands might get a little messy doing this, but that's okay. You can wash them off. Now we just wait for our monkey to dry. My puppet is all dry and ready to be played with. I love bananas! That was our last story time activity. It was also our last virtual story time. In-person story times will be returning to the Baxter County Library in June of 2021. I thank you for watching our virtual preschool story times. I hope I get to see you here at the Baxter County Library. And if you want to join us for a really special event, visit on Saturday, June 5th for our summer reading kickoff party. We will have special visitors from the Dixon Park Zoo. Now it's time to sing our goodbye song. Are you ready? Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, friends. Happy reading. See you soon.